Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Nikita Antoine, and today we will be doing a lunar framework session for the full moon in Pisces. And so this is very exciting because we've been previously watching the moon transition from the sign of Capricorn. Well, it started off as a gibbous moon, right? In the sign of Sagittarius, and we've been watching it slowly but surely go into the sign of Sagittarius, now into the sign of Capricorn, and then finally into that sign of Aquarius. And there was a lot of discussion about how we might be feeling like time's up or that we're behind or something like that. There was something that was going to trigger that feeling of feeling like you're behind, but actually not being behind. So this full moon in Pisces was kind of acting as something that would catch us up, bring us into the right timing. It was very interesting. It's like a very interesting shift in perspective. So, and then even in the gibbous moon readings, there seemed to be a future, like a future focus of some type of opportunity that was going to come in. And it was that opportunity, that Ace of Pentacles, as it was showing itself, that was going to be essentially be like catching us up. It's almost like it's really bizarre. It's like we might have been, those of us who feel like we're behind might have actually been in a different, it's coming through as like in a different timeline or something along those lines. And during this transition, there was something that was going to be offered, and essentially it would be pulling us into a new time, a new place where we were going to be perceiving time as if we were catching up, even though we're already caught up. It's almost like an illusion. Like the illusion was that we were behind. Very interesting. So now with this full moon in Pisces, it's like even in my own readings, like I feel like I am behind a little bit. You know, everybody was celebrating the full moon yesterday on the 30th, but as I've been speaking with you guys, I visually look at the moon and see what sign, or see how it's transitioning, what sign it is, in order to make these readings. So I actually sit in the energy of that moon. I don't do it before it happens. I don't know why. Why is that? I think it's like, it has something to do with, this is funny. The Prophet is at the bottom of the deck. Me wearing my little snake earrings. And actually what I heard was, because I was told to. And before I could say what I was trying to say, of course, because I was told to, what it was that I do it in a way it's like it's live. I hope that makes sense. Instead of like a future projection of what the moon's energy is going to be, I'm discussing it to you live in a sense. So because I'm actively sitting in the energy. Okay. It's always fun. All right. So so here's the interesting part, is that even in those live moments, there's still a future projection, because in that, I believe it was the gibbous moon in Capricorn that was talking about something like that, an opportunity that was going to be received, but it was actually you think that it might be a little bit behind because you expect to be receiving it on the full moon in Pisces, but it's like it's going to be a little bit after, almost like you're going to perceive it as like being a day late, but it's not. It's actually right on time. And that's the thing here, is that we're perceiving what should be. There's a cat at my door meowing. crying for food. I've started feeding them. I'll get to him. But we're perceiving it as behind, but really we're live. We're in it. We're experiencing it. So that's the energy that the Pisces full moon is going to be bringing us. It's like we're catching up with time. We're realizing that we're living in kind of like a living in the moment type of feeling. It's very interesting. All right, so let's see. Let's look at this. Let's look at the full moon. I love this. Before I started shuffling, like right as I hit record, this Eight of Wands was at the bottom of the deck. And it's talking, this is referring to messages of glory. Oh, that's really lovely. It's a glorious message. Oh my God. And then we have the Hangman at the bottom, which, you know, is classically Piscean energy. I very much want to go feed this cat. Here, I'm going to pause real quick and go feed this kitty. Okay, welcome back. He was very hungry. So, I'm like the mama of all the cats around here. So this new one, I've mistakenly named him. And so now he's my cat. He just showed up actually a couple days ago. Very interesting. You know, I actually, I was watching another reading. I'll have to put her name. It's a very new channel. I can't remember what her channel's name is. Something Ascension. But she was talking about how, you know, how there was like a soulmate that was coming in, right? And she said, you know, it doesn't have to be a person. It doesn't have to be any... It made me think of that Ace of Pentacles. So she was saying it doesn't have to be a person or anything like that. It could actually just be like an animal. And it you know, it dawned my perspective. I was like, oh, okay. And then this guy showed up. So it's very interesting. So the Ace of Pentacles, that's what that Aquarius gibbous moon was talking about, was that we're going to see the one behind the Ace of Pentacles. And they were presenting as the King of Earth. It's actually the King of Pentacles, but I'm starting to question, what if that King of Pentacles is actually like the Earth realm? Because, you know, we're all in this collective. So this Ace of Pentacles is being brought to all of us, right? And it's like the Earth realm is bringing us a companion or a gift or some type of opportunity. You know, of course, it might be showing in many different ways. It's very curious. All right, so let's see. Let me just, one more shuffle. All right, so for the full moon in Pisces, what can we expect for that full moon in Pisces? All right, there we go. Stop here. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck, the underlining energy for the full moon in Pisces, the one that is supporting us all, is... This is so gorgeous. All right, this is the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. That's what I'm saying. There's a gift. And I'm noticing here how there's a bird back here. There's a gift. It's like we're being brought a gorgeous gift. And I'm instinctually wanting to say that this gift is coming from the animal kingdom. It's the earth realm, but you know, it's coming through animals. And it's like even with this cat that just showed up at the house, I'm noticing here how there's a, you know, if you have offered, okay, this is interesting. If you have offered to kind of fill someone else's cup, fill someone's little food dish with some kitty kibbles. There's another, it's like there's a reciprocation that's happening here. There's a reflection, right? Reflecting off of that full moon in Pisces. So it's like even if you, so if you are to give, right, it's like they're giving something as well. I often see this little bit up here as like sugar, putting sugar in a tea, putting sugar in your tea or something like that. And it's like they're gonna add sugar. The reciprocation is going to be an added sugar, something sweet or very loving, to your own cup. So it's just a really like beautiful and enriching experience. And that's the underlying energy of this full moon in Pisces. So let's see how it's going to bridge us into the next phase, right? All right, so let's see the bridge. Oh, there's a tower again. This is, this is that one tower. It's been docked, so it kind of means that it's the end of perceiving towers as something that is misfortunate. That's that little bit of sugar that's being added. It so okay, let's just move into the perspective of this cat, right? This cat was wandering, probably feeding himself, I'm sure, mice, little vermins, things like that. But then the tower moment is actually the the moment where I offered substance, I offered food, right? Something like that. I was offering out of love. And that's what this bridging element is here. It's talking about that experience, right, for that cat was a tower moment. He hadn't it means that it's kind of like suffering is over in a sense. That's what it's referring to. That the suffering is over. So if you are perceiving a tower experience as something very detrimental, everything is just coming crumbling down, there's a there's a almost like a flip side perspective of it, in that what you were experiencing, perhaps maybe even like the suffering of that experience, it's over now. It's over. The towers happened, and so now it's over. There's no more suffering that needs to happen. You don't have to go hungry anymore. That's really gorgeous. All right, so let's look at this overall energy for the full moon. For the full moon, oh, this is really beautiful, because what we have here is justice and fawn, and the fawn. So the overall energy here, this particular justice often comes with a message of flexibility is needed. And that can kind of bring in an element of understanding. And with the fawn actually showed up in the Virgo seasonal reading as a Patronus. And a Patronus in reference to Harry Potter. They're like spirit protectors, animal spirit protectors that prevent parasites like dementors from sucking your life essence. I'm getting my own little personal message here, and I'm trying to discern how to relay it to you. It's as if this offering, right? The offering is leading into someone, it's coming through as like someone else's experience is shifting. There's no more suffering. There's an offering that's happening so that someone else doesn't have to suffer. And then when that happens, it leads into this justice and fawn energy, which is that reciprocation. It's coming through, it's the reciprocation of that sugar, right? And that sugar is actually acting as like a spirit animal protector. And this is just a little side note here. The Justice card, this is Athena. I often see the figure in here as Athena. You know, she's got her owl and all of the things. But what I'm seeing in my mind's eye, not necessarily in the picture, is I believe it's called the Aegeus, and it's her shield. Her shield that had the head. It was the heads of the Medusas. I don't know. It was a shield, and so that's what this is talking about. It's like the offering that you had given is now being received and reciprocated, and so therefore we are all, in a sense, receiving some type of protective, like, force field that's coming in around us, and it perhaps is showing up through animal spirits. That's really gorgeous. What a gorgeous message. Enjoy the full moon in Pisces. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.